And so, I always say yesterday's price is not today's price. And that's because you're worth more. You deserve more. That's why yesterday's price is not today's price. Just believe in yourself because we believe in you. We standing here right with you, hoping that you succeed as well.
Peace of the tribe. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I had to get a little situated. Want to share the content and stuff. So today I'm here live. I'm on the move, on the run like usual, and I want to share this important message last night. That I got a download. I was in my sleep, and I was just dreaming. Right. So before I just get to kicking off, talking about all types of cool stuff, what I'm introducing and letting you guys know is the importance of dreaming, the important aspects of when you go to sleep, right? When we go to sleep, most people talk about how they don't remember their dreams, how they, just go to sleep and wake up. But what if I told you that every time that you dream, every time that you sleep, you're dreaming? Your parking ticket? Sorry, the teller needed some. I'm at the bank right now. I'm depositing some shit, so and they need my ticket. This whole bank set up as a parking garage through a bank as is a drive through. Why they have it set up like that, I don't know. Do I like it? I really don't. But it helps me get my job done, so I ain't gonna complain. But the importance of your dreams is to help you solve problems, help you to understand everyday outlooks, and also help you to really develop yourself. Sometimes we are looking for extra time in the day. We are looking for things to do, right? And I want to tell you something. If you bored, if you feel like you ain't got nothing to do, you're not working hard enough. And I had to realize that. Them times that I was bored, some times I was like, man, there's nothing to do. I realized I wasn't working hard enough. And to work hard, sometimes it's not about doing a whole bunch of things and putting all the sweat. It's about working smart. See, and things they tell you about working, you're validated to your work, you're allowed to have your work. But when it comes to work, it's about how you do it, what you're doing, and what you're trying to get out of it. Because it's not the reward you're trying to get out of it, but sometimes we got to realize that all the things that we do leads us to an end goal, leads us to a process. So we have to be making sure that the things that we are doing, you do a process and more. And I'm telling you this because the dream work is a work that we tend to ignore. It's something that we always ignore. Dreaming is not talked about. And in last night's episode, if you was connected with the mastermind group, if not, I understand. But join up. If you want accountability in your life, if you want to grow, if you want people, a team to be there for you, jump into the mastermind group. We got some awesome people in there. Much love to Steph. Shout out to Steph. She's a member of the mastermind group. She works hard and she really prioritize her self development. And I'm pretty sure she does better with speaking like I do. But I digress. But I need you guys to really find and focus on the dream work and the spiritual work because I'm here today to talk about what my ancestors told me, right? My ancestors speak to me in my dream last night, and I'm so grateful. I was happy when I awoken, and what makes it hard to remember your dreams is that we have alarm clocks. Alarm clocks help us wake up and help us be on time for things, but if I told you that your alarm clock disrupted your dreams, you would low key stop using it. You will stop using it. You'll find some method of waking up. And if you can prioritize a set schedule for sleeping, you can wake up without an alarm clock. You can just get up. Your brain, your mind will set you. And I bet if you journal all the time. That will help you be able to recall dreams and be able to for you to sleep better. But to start that process, I need you guys to focus on is that you need a dream journal. That's the first goal into starting creating lucidity in your dreams, because it's hard to remember 1,000 things every day. It is hard to even prioritize certain thoughts, certain goals, because just like they did us in school, they overstimulated us. So our day, we are overstimulated. We are overstimulated through our jobs, overstimulated through social media, overstimulated through our relationships. You know what I'm saying? Being there for our partner, doing things with our partner, planning the dates, so much more. So when you think about how you need a journal for your conscious mind and your day to day, you need to make sure. Hold on, my fault. I'm over here paying this ticket toll. I'm like, oh, they charging me. I thought she validated my ticket, so I wouldn't have to pay. But I digress. But we need to understand that having a journal for our conscious mind and having a journal for our dreams is important, because if you really believe that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, shout out to Kyrie Anthony. Make sure you check out his book, Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience. And if you already read that, please check out his new book, Blue Magic. If you really have friends, true close friends, people that you work with, you know, show they work off. You know what I'm saying? Let people know they working on stuff, because good friends are going to support you. They're going to push you. So make sure you're doing the same, because his books have helped me with my research. They help me build content. They help me teach and guide people. So you know what I'm saying? Why not introduce that to the people? Because it's something that they need. And it's something I need too. I need you guys just as much you think you need me, just as much I think I need you. Because we need the community. And imagine if we had a whole community do a dream work, right? Imagine all of us channeling and going in to try to dream with each other, to think about certain things, certain goals, certain events. You know, even if we all worked on going to the moon, and be ready for the lunar conversations tonight around 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central, because I got to train tonight. I got to get my reps in for my tournament. I got tournaments coming up, so you know I should have the guys start without me, so we won't have y'all up too late. But that's the plan. But having a dream journal and a conscious journal is going to help you elevate your mind to areas that you never thought it would go. Because before I started doing dream work, I was just randomly having dreams about you know, what young niggas would think about, girls, life, party. But like I think it was one day where I started really reading my Bible more, and I started having dreams of my ancestors, start having dreams of certain animals, certain deities. And there's nothing wrong having dreams of deities and things of that nature, but it's always better to work with your ancestors, work with a brother, a sister, a aunt, a cousin, multiple of them, give them offerings, give them donations, and speak to them as much you want to be speaking to. Because what we things that we don't think about, we low key need help in this earthly realm. We need help, and I promise you, who is it better to ask help from than your family who's been here before, and your family that's in another realm, in another life, giving you assistance and making things happen in the world that you can't see unless you dream. That is something that we want to think about, because dreaming, it's a gift, it's a blessing. You know, it's I bet it's been times where you wanted to live a life that you can't, but you dreamt about it. You want to live a life that you can't, but you dreamt about it. And that dream was a blessing. That dream made you love and experience life for what it is. And that's why I'm here today, because I feel like if I was here with young men and us young men and young women, or just women and men in general, would talk about our dreams more, we will live more focused, oriented lives, right? We will want to be able to live that dream instead of just dreaming about it. Because don't nobody want to dream about a dream all day. Some people actually want to be doing that dream in a conscious realm. And that's a blessing to be able to dream things and manifest them in our daily life. But if we don't do that, if we don't work on that, if we don't build that goal through meditation, then we're stuck, then we're having troubles. So the second thing that you need to do, you need to build an altar. Build an altar so your ancestors have a place to rest, they have a place to come to when you communicate to them. And your altar can be used for many things: meditation, studying, so on, so on. You need to create this practice and habit. It's because, one, if you didn't have an altar, you would still be a spiritual being having a human experience, still dreaming, still having contact with your ancestors. But we want to be efficient and we want to create habits and certain mindsets that bring us into that space, and that's through our surroundings and our environment. And if we have an altar, travel altar, I got a little travel altar in my car, I got one in my windowsill, and that's not me flexing, that's just me prioritizing that goal in mind, because I know what I want for my dreams. I know what I try to do when I go to dream, but others don't, and I'd love to help you do that. You're right, because if we work on building lucidity or lucid mindset to dream, imagine being able to take a nap and go somewhere else. Imagine tonight you want to study and read something, but you couldn't. You're gonna go in the dream world and study it, because you can get to the level where you could play things in the physical realm, like music, audio, and then go to your dreams with it. It's like you're watching TV in your dreams. It's like you bring the person there with you, like Alan Watts, Terrence McKenna. If you could bring these people to your dreams and have convos with them to understand psychedelics, to understand the metaphysical world, you are doing yourself a favor, because doing things in the conscious realm is so damn hard sometimes. Because the logic, the reasoning, then people tell you about your spiritual nature, so you try to activate that, and it's really hard. It's really hard. So using mindsets, using our tools around us is key. Even if you can have a journal on your phone, I don't recommend it because you don't want to be distracted with your phone. But at the end of the day, it's about the main goal and process. So if you can create a time where you can journal on your phone, go for it. I do it sometimes, especially keep me notes. But I make sure I try to write because I love writing. I love seeing my handwriting. I'm a little conceited when I write. I'll be like, "Oh, look at that." I like to write in cursive. You know what I'm saying? I have fun with it. My imagination, I'm so grateful for it. Because if I didn't have imagination, I feel like I'd be like everyone else in the world. What, so what? Why are you doing that? Who cares? Okay, sure. Have your fun. I'm going to do this. Like, I met people that can be serious, but they know how to have fun. Where I met people who so serious that you like, damn, I ain't want to be around them. What's wrong with you? Like, it's like, man, like get your own dick out your ass. Like you stuck it between your legs, and it's hitting your asshole. And you acting weird. Like undo that. Like woosah, because your dreams is gonna woosah you. I woke up, I felt so good, and I realized that I wasn't working hard enough, right? So before I go into what my ancestors told me, before I want to make sure you guys know how to do lucid dreaming, how to practice it, right? So the first two things I said is have a journal, a dream journal, right? Making sure you have a set schedule for sleep, because if you don't have a set schedule for sleep, it'll be hard for you to access REM sleeping, access different levels of sleeping. Because if you don't, you'll just wake up, you'll be in and out of your sleep, you feel uncomfortable. So make sure you start a time to sleep. Third, you need to use your alarm clock to help you build a time for you to do reality checks. What are reality checks? Reality checks are when you are literally checking to see what reality are you in. Are you in the dream world or are you in the conscious realm? And to know those things, how to know if you're dreaming and how to know if you're awake. Well, in the dream world, you can't read. You can't read. Like literally, if you open a book in the dream world, you wouldn't be able to read. You kind of just be like, "Whoa, what the hell?" So now that you know that, you can create goals and habits around that to Oh, hold up, y'all. I think I found out. Okay, never mind. I thought I did something. Sorry for the random disappearance, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties. So, how to do reality checks? Make sure you are setting an alarm for proper sleep, right? And set an alarm for reality checks. Reason why you need reality checks because they are creating the muscle memory for you to be able to be conscious in the dream world. Creating consciousness in the dream world is really hard. Why? Because you have multitude of things keeping you distracted. You have all the things around you in your dream keeping you in your dream, known as, right, sex, certain people, certain feelings, and they keep you locked into your dream. You need to be able to create the reality checks because when you look inside your dream, you're going to do that constant action that you've been doing to keep you aware. Whether it's putting a note inside a certain place in your pocket for you to do reality checks, whereas is if you was constantly journaling, whereas if you woke up, where if you checked your hands and count, because you can't count in the dream world, right? If you look at your hands, you're going to see multitude of hands. If you was to look at a clock, you can't tell time. There's another where you can't go to sleep in the dream world. Like you try to, if you sleep in your bed, it like teleports you back into conscious realm. So that those are the things that you want to be aware of when you're trying to dream, because you're gonna, or if you're having a good dream, bad dream, you're having all these fluctuations of emotions and thoughts that you need to be able to center yourself right there in the dream and be able to hold it. Because you're going to go through trials and tribulations where you are getting conscious in the dream, but you're waking up, and we're going to work on that. But right now, we got to make sure you build a practice into the journaling, into the focus, and also having fun with it. Because when I learned how to lucid dream, it made me want to go to bed. Because right, our ancestors, when they lucid dream, they was like going to bed. They didn't have things around them to keep them up all day. No, they wanted to go to sleep because they knew what they was going to see in their sleep, and then plus they had to be up. They did a lot of work. Whereas if it was in the fields, and I ain't talking about that slavery bullshit. Say that for a different day. I'm talking about when they working in their lands, they building, where if they're going to do things to prepare for war. It's all so much that being being a lazy person, overdoing his sleep, escaping from the reality by going to certain dreams. No, 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 no. We're using this to create experiences, to create self development. And if you do have time to take a nap and go lucid dream, do it. But make sure your priorities straight. Because we don't create this into a habit where we're running away from ourselves. The last thing that we want to do. Because I promise you, you're gonna have, if your ancestors pay attention, and they are, they're gonna make sure you have the dreams that you had to make sure you get your ass in check. So let's go over that, right? We went over dream journal, setting a alarm for reality checks. We went over and make sure and type in the comments if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop a one, drop a flame, drop a let me know. Let me know how you thinking, because I need to make sure you guys understand this, especially when we have lunar conversations tonight. You can ask more questions about it and to get deeper, because your dreams is the all and be all. Like most of the time we wonder what's next for us or what should we do. We got to go ask the ancestors, because at the end of the day, we all answer to somebody. That's something that we have a hard time dealing with, is realizing that we all answer to somebody. So who are you going to answer to? God or your ancestors? Hold up, I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Are you going to answer to God and your ancestors, or are you going to answer to, you know, your spouse, your boss, your vices? Because at the end of the day, you can't serve two masters. As an adult, I hope y'all can still hear me. Someone had called me out to cancel it. If you can't, let me know. But even as an adult, you still answer to your parents in a way, shape, or form. They probably don't run you or say, go do this or go do that. But in aspects and forms where if you have children or grandchildren, you know, they they listen, right? Especially if you bring your kids around them, or if you're a grandparent yourself, you still help your kids in a way, and you help them understand certain things about life as they're growing. You help them understand things about God that they need to still understand, because there's different levels to it. Understanding about God as a child, understanding as God as a young adult, and then understanding God as you get deeper into adulthood, was in like late 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. So, keeping that in mind, you really want to make sure you're doing that dream work. Conversations with your subconscious mind. That is another goal. When we talk about working with the subconscious mind, you can do that through dreaming, right? You can do that with imagery. You can do that by ritual planning, right? And if you have a hard time understanding rituals, we will make a dedicated show to that. And you can also go check out our Substack, where we talk about how to do rituals in an article, a 5 minute read, detailed notes on how to do rituals. Because sometimes, you don't got time to probably listen to me chatter up, or listen to Hood, or listen to Serpent or Breeze or anybody, or even one of your other people YouTube you like to listen to. You probably don't have time, but you know that you got time for a quick read, right? So, it's like when we're scrolling through media, we give ourselves that quick second to breathe, then we jump back into the work. So I need you to understand that when you do this dream work, you are looking to answer to God, you are looking to serve your ancestors, and you are looking to develop higher self and a great state of mind. You know, Yesterday we talked about a little bit about mental health, and I seen great men do great things, and their mental health has ruined their achievements, their work, and I don't want that to happen to nobody. Your mental health is so important. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm here, because I deal with mental health as a young man, learning about the world, learning that, only you can save you, right? You can help others and be there for people. But really, at the end of the day, you have to get up to be able to serve and help the people. Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, ain't nobody gonna do the work but me. So I'm gonna do the work so others can do the work. I have people who look up to me, young men. I have older people who look up to me, people who see a lot in me. So it makes me be accountable. And if I didn't have the Discord, if I didn't have people here today, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be in my room like Brandy, what I'm saying, thinking about what I want to do, but not do it because I'm so in my head. But until I start dreaming, still I start praying, getting on that altar, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go home, clean my altar today, give it some time, give it some love. You know what I'm saying? I've been holding on to this Mama Mystic altar cleaner. I keep it. I use like a little touch on the cloth and stuff and rub it down. I try to keep that so perfect because I don't want to lose that altar cleaner. I remember one day I was in my room trying to clean my altar and I couldn't find it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was low key a little stressed. I was like, what? I ain't trying to use no damn mean green on my altar. You got me fucked up. Like, so I had to like get crazy and make a natural lemon scent from limes and shit. So just to clean my altar and have that fragrance and that meditation to it. Because you can also use herbs for your dream work. Finding herbs that connect to the moon is how you can work with your moon as well through certain, like if you know your moon sign, right? Then you know certain herbs that you can do. If you don't know, you can just type it in on Google, certain herbs that fit Virgo moon sign. Because I'm a Virgo moon. You know what I'm saying? So I have to like I found things catered to that, and then I just start messing with random stuff that just related to the moon. Period. Literally, it's a whole bunch of stuff. So you can get the book, The Herbal Alchemist Handbook. That is a good book that teaches you how to work with planets and herbs, because with astrology it's really hard. I was at a get together, and these people was talking to me about readings and stuff, and they was like, AD, what do you do for this, or AD, how can I do this? And I was like, oh, you should try this out. And I was trying to ask them what their astrology signs was, so I can just like get a deeper read on them, like not them personally, like, oh, like you like to eat cheesecake because you're a Libra. Like, I really don't use astrology like that. I'm just like, because this lady was talking about how she loved using crystals, how she loves using meditations, and like I don't. I think she was trying to tell me something different from what she uses crystals. So she was like, yeah, I don't like this, and this is what I like to use. And I was trying to understand her earth sign to understand like why she would probably like use crystals. But like, she was like, I don't mess with that astrology stuff. It's not that I don't mess with it. It's just confusing for me. So I'm like, I get that. So if I can make astrology easier for people to understand, then I will. I will make a goal towards that, because working with those energies and meditating upon Mars or Neptune or any planet, it kind of like, it makes you think like, how are we trying to work with these planets if we can't go to them physically? And that's the thing. It's the spiritual aspect that you want to think. Because even if you want to be like, this shit is fake, astrology's fake, blah, 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 I get you. I truly understand. I really do. But the deep thing about astrology is how all this is personified through us. And that's what our ancestors have used for years and years upon years. They understood God within themselves through nature and through their body. So through all these chakras, through all these organs, they was understood through astrology, through mathematical points. Because at the end of the day, people like to talk about astrology in a bad negative concept, but they never really want to give thanks to the things that help us have this beautiful future that we have today. Driving cars, TV, mall, all these nice things that we get to enjoy is a blessing. And we try to really hide the spiritual facts and deeds that brought these things here today. You know, I'm not saying get on your knees and worship ISIS, but I am saying get on your knees and worship your ancestors. I am telling you that. Tell thanks to your auntie, tell thanks to your grandma, because you know what my ancestors told me. They said, nigga, you doing your thing, but you can go harder. You think you doing something? You really not. You're really not. We love you. You doing your thing, but you need to step it up, because you are determined for greatness. So we're letting you know this, so you can do the things that's going to be require you to be great. Why people are going to say, "Oh, Alex is this, Alex is that." It's not for the fame and glory. It's because this is who you're meant to be. Working with your ancestors, they're going to tell you who you meant to be. They're going to let you know what you need to do, how to do it. I'm working with my brothers. They ain't told me so many times how they ancestors helped them create art, create books. So if you need help doing something, right? I was always told. My father told me. I was speaking to him recently, and I was talking to him about disappointment. I was like, Dad, what you do about disappointment? People let you down, blah blah blah. He said, Son, never put your trust in man, only God. I'm gonna repeat that. Never put your trust in man, only God. If you do trust a man, make sure he is a man that is following God. If someone say they follow God, make sure they do. Hold them accountable, especially if you work with them and talk with them. Because that's all you got when you working with another person is God. You can't trust if someone's keeping their word. You can't, that's all people have is their word and their actions. So watch for what people do, because it's gonna speak a lot. Because all you can do is trust spirit, not man. So you see why entrusting your ancestors is so important, because they're in spirit form, right? So if my auntie was here on this earth and she is transcended and went to the afterlife, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna get game. I'm gonna give her offering, because now she's in a place where she could do so much more for me and herself. And then plus, you know, we gotta think about those forgotten ancestors. that that's passed away, and we don't think about them like that. We don't really do much for them. We just we're like, yeah, TT did pass away, yeah, man, rest her soul. It's like, but I'm gonna start, I'm gonna just give TT some water today and just like find that favorite candy she always used to have and just like throw it on the altar for her and just tell her thank you. Cause I remember them times where my aunts, man, I have a strong, dominant, feminine protection in my life. Virgo moon, Virgo energy, right? Virgo moon, feminine sign. The women in my life have guided me and made me a handsome, smart young man. If I ever got women or ladies, it's only because my aunts and my mom, because I was raised around women. They taught me how women are, in their eyes and the things they've been through. Just listen to another woman's mind about a woman is beautiful, because one, you have the goddess right there telling you, and then two, a woman that's honest and accountable for her actions, and she's like, I ain't gonna blame no man, I'm gonna blame me, he did some shit, I did some shit, or da 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 da, whoop the wop. You just appreciate and see the beauty in it. So I love all my aunts, I love my grandmas, I love my mom. Without the women in my family, I don't know how I'll be here today. You know what I'm saying? And of course, shout out to the men in my family. They help. But man, mama and the TTs and the grandmas be holding that power. You think you think you ask your dad, but who'd you really ask at the end of the day? You ask mom, you ask grandma. You be like, grandma, can I? Or mama, can I? Or let me go get. If I see something in the refrigerator, you go ask mom. You don't even ask dad. You ask mom. You're like, mama, do I get this? So, and even if you do have ancestors that's passed away, that's masculine, show them love, get them some cologne. I just want us to think about the aspects of spirituality that's really not talked about enough. Because every other culture does this. Black people really don't honor their ancestors like that. You see Chinese people do it. You see Mexican people love. They got a whole holiday called Day of the Dead where they turn up. So it's just like we can't let this indoctrination and social engineering stop us from our roots. Because at the end of the day, serving our ancestors and God is the most important thing we can do, and correlate that to our lives. Because when we have them kids, when we start doing things, who you think is gonna be protect them kids? Who you think is gonna come through the line when you bring someone into this world? You ain't gonna get no random baby. You're gonna get an ancestor. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I really appreciate you guys coming in, rapping with me. Please be on the lookout tonight for Lunar Conversations, right? Where we're gonna talk about the moon, get into energy and conversations of that nature. We ain't gonna be on there talking about the energy, the energy, the energy. Oh my god, the energy. No, we're gonna be on there talking about real good information, things to learn from, and how to build it in your practical life. So this is your boy AD. Get at me at Flameon.shop. You know, you already know I took my nutrition today. I took me some lion's mane, had me some mushroom coffee. So get at your boy if you want you some mushroom coffee, if you want you some herbs, because they can change your life and help raise your consciousness. And you might never know if you want to donate some herbs to your ancestors or spirit. So this is it regarding the flame. Join the Discord, join the Discord, join the Discord. Masterminds, I'll get up with y'all soon. And also masterminds, be looking out. We got an event coming up. You're gonna see it in the Discord. We're gonna do an event where we all come up together, talk about some things, rap in, check in, and do our thug nizzle. We got to keep each other accountable, and we have to work smart, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. This is your boy AD. Flame out. Peace.